Hi guys, so this is your babe Antoinette. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're making our local candy, okay? Sugar bun. If you don't remember, that means saying a Gen Z. Anyway, so this is all that we'll be needing: sugar and lime, okay? Just sugar and lime. I promise you, just sugar and lime to get the perfect sugar bun. And then I have rice, okay? So normally they use sand to have the corn standing in the sand, but I prefer rice. You can use rice, you can use gari because I just don't trust the sand and I wouldn't want it in my candy. I wouldn't want it in my sugar bonbon. So I'll be using rice instead. For the shape of your candy or sugar bonbon, you can also use modern molds or modern shapes, those shape containers. But if you want to have it looking like sugar bonbon we sabi, tradi, then you need to do it like this. So here I have toothpicks and then I have papers. These are what I'm going to be using for the cone shape that you get to see soon. Here I'm just prepping the papers, so you can see me trying to show you guys how I wrap the cone shape. So I just made sure I cut the papers in very small shapes, okay, so that it will just fit the size of the candy, so it won't be too big. So this is how you want to wrap the cone shape of the papers, okay, and then that's what you're going to use to to mold the sugar bonbon. So after wrapping the papers, I am now sticking them into the rice. So this is what I was talking about before. Now they used to use sand for this process. So in the sand, that is why they'll stick all of those papers. But I feel like that is a big risk, okay? I don't want to do all this hard work and have sand in my sweets, in my candies. So I would rather use rice, okay? So that's what I'm just doing. And then I am now putting the toothpicks in each of the cone shaped papers. The toothpicks are going to serve as holders for the candy, okay? So normally they will use broom straws, but I think toothpicks are just easier. I don't have to waste hours just cutting the broom straws, if you get. So yeah, this is what we have, and let's move on. Most importantly, we're going to be melting the sugar. So I have a dry pot on fire and I added the sugar and I'm now going to let that melt. I added just a few drops of lime to give it that tangy taste, okay, so that it's not just tasting like sugar, it has a bit of a tangy taste to it. Make sure you're doing this on low heat, okay? We just want to caramelize the sugar and not to burn it completely, okay? In about 5 to 7 minutes, the sugar was ready and I am now pouring it into the papers, okay? As you guys can see, this part you need to be really fast. You don't want the sugar to dry out in the pot, so you need to pour it quickly, like very fast, okay? Pour it in the papers really quick. And yeah, I realized that I made much more papers than I really needed but that's just fine, that's okay. So yeah, we're pouring that into the papers and then we're going to leave them to cool down. In about 20-25 minutes they should all be really hard and looking more like candies. So while at it, let's just have a quick chat, okay? The Gen Zs are not going to understand, but the millennials can understand that we did all of these things in school. We are selling all of these things. We'll make sugar bonbon, butterscotch, just to find little pennies here and there for lunch and all of those things. It was all fun. Sometimes our family members didn't really want us to do them, but we did it anyway, and then we sold to colleagues in school. It was just the best moments. Okay, here we are. Okay, moments of truth, everyone. Moments of truth. Let's check out our sugar bonbon and see. Okay, so I'm just peeling off the papers now, okay, so that we can see what we created because we created the whole thing. Now let's see. The perfect the perfect sugar bonbon you can find, okay? So look how yummy these are, you guys. Look how yummy these are. These brought back lots and lots of memories from school days. I mean, we sold these and it was all fun. But let me know if you'll be trying this. Thank you so much. Mwah.